TTIP, or Transatlantic Trade Investment Partnership, is a treaty that's being negotiated between European and North American governments to facilitate so-called free trade and investment. That is to say, they're supposed to make it easier for companies to invest in countries other than the country that they are from, and not have to deal with so many pesky regulations, social, environmental regulations, health standards, and the like. The most immediate impact that TTIP will have on the fight against climate change. It will make the laws that we need to fight climate change ever so much harder to pass, because it'll make them ever so much more expensive. Say a German energy company invests in the UK, builds a few really dirty coal-fired power plants. Now, say the UK says, actually, you know what, we want to stop burning coal because we think it's a really, really dirty fuel that drives climate change forward. Perfectly reasonable thing to do, and all countries should in fact ban the burning of coal. If something like TTIP is signed, then this German energy company could sue the British government for passing a law to phase out coal in the UK, because that law damaged their legitimately held profit expectations. What you wanted to do in the field of coal, you want to say you want to phase out coal, that's fine, you can do that, but only if you pay us billions and billions and billions of euros, or pounds as it were. And that's really the main problem about this TTIP or TTIP. You know, if we say trade and investment, they sound like good things, but fundamentally these are deeply undemocratic treaties. They basically say, you, the democratic populace in these countries, you shouldn't have the right to decide that you want tougher welfare or healthcare or environmental legislation if that legislation damages the profit expectations of one of the companies that is located in a country that has signed TTIP. So it's not, as I said, a trade and investment treaty really so much as a corporate bill of rights. And corporations have gotten so many rights over the past few decades. We don't need them to have more rights. We need more democracy, not more rights for companies. So you could, I suppose, ask, how do we stop a transnational treaty that's being negotiated with great force by the US government, the UK government, the German government? I mean, all the powerful players in the global north, in Europe and North Africa, North America, are involved in this. And how do we stop this? Well, it's actually not as hard as it may sound, because every government needs to actually agree to signing this. And they're trying to get it signed this year, 2016. That gives us a window of opportunity between now, whenever you're watching this film, and kind of the end of 2016 or early 2017, to shut it down by putting maximum amounts of pressure on your national government that explains to them, we don't want TTIP. If you pass this, there's going to be massive troubles on the streets, because this is just another nail in the coffin of democracy. That's what we have to understand. But we still have a chance to stop this. And so I live in Germany, as I said before, and I read the Financial Times a lot. So it's really interesting. What's important for capitalists can't be unimportant for anti-capitalists. And they had a really nice article about a year and a half ago or so ago, which said that the biggest problem for TTIP right now is German public opposition. Now, I know the people who are organizing these protests. Last year in October, we had the biggest trade justice anti-TTIP demo ever around the world. We were 250,000 people on the streets. It was unbelievable. It was the largest demonstration in Germany since the Iraq War. And it's possible that we might actually put enough pressure on the governing coalition right now that they cannot pass TTIP. If TTIP doesn't pass in Germany, it doesn't pass anywhere. Now, it doesn't have to be Germany, by all means. Like, do the same in Sweden or Holland or France or the UK or the US. Any country that's involved in negotiating TTIP can stop it. If we manage to put enough pressure on our governments, then we can do this. But it's not now or never, but now it's like the window of opportunity. We've got a few months to stop this, because it's a massive assault on democracy, and democracy has been beaten and battered far too much in the last 35 years that we can let this go on.